Hi there. Let's use Wyckoff method to help us understand where Avalanche is heading, where it's currently at, and also any indication that it's seeking an even more low. If you're new to my session, here are the 3 key takeaways you can expect from the session. So let's start with the weekly chart of Avalanche. And when we get to the daily chart, we'll be able to see more details. So let's start off with this question that we posted a while back, maybe last or the session before last. It's pretty much confirmed that AVAX has come down for a test, and this time, especially when last week's candlesticks closed and this week's opened, is clearly a test that has gone deeper than the selling climax and the second test. So those two happened back in April and June this year. Okay? And going back to earlier days, back in 2022-23, those levels, you see the subsequent tests went deeper, and there was a spring that got to even outside of the long-term playground zone for about 6 to 7 weeks before the actual distribution starts. Okay, so that's the backdrop, and currently the price movement is heading towards that level once again. So if it doesn't find support around $12.90 and eventually test the white solid line, the bottom of the long-term playground zone at around $10.30, this level of $8.70 roughly has been hinted on October 10th. Look at that point, right? It's interesting. If I draw a line where it has hinted to the left, we will be able to find not only one that happened back in 2023, but 3 points back in history that, this point or this price level of $8.80 was actually a very key level, or has been, because it still is today. Alright, so if I make it all the way to, let's say 0, and get to the left, look at what we can get over here. Isn't it amazing? Okay, the dip of 2021 reached close enough, stopped at around $9. Okay, and this kind of horizontal trading during this period, right before the dip in September 2000, it stayed there for 6-7 weeks roughly. The lows were close to these 8.8 level. Okay, 1 point, 2 points, and 3 points. And now October 10th. All of them has indicated to us that this point is still relevant. If this comes down further, then we hope that that's the worst case scenario. Okay? So beyond this point, I mean $15.80, the red key level, I haven't drawn any line over here. But actually there's still at least one level before the white line. So since we're getting close enough, as of this moment, the price is finding intermediate support around this level that I want to borrow a line. Okay, there's no purple line for AVAX chart, so I'm just going to borrow it from here. Let me drag 2 lines. One here, roughly. Okay, and then another one about here. Okay, that should work. I'll move the spring, park it down here for the moment. The test is confirmed, just that we don't know how deep the test would go, or that actually is the spring, so we can delete it, because last week it was still above the red key level, so that's why we have that test over there. So this is around 14.05. Let's set it this way, 14.05, and let's use purple. Alright, so this is where we are, or where Avalanche is testing right now. And then this one further down, it was where the second test during November 2022 was. And also these bunch of candlesticks on the left, plus the peak of 2000. I know it's 5 years back, but it's still providing some good reference for us. So this one should be blue. I want it to be deeper blue, but not too dark, so it won't be too difficult for you to read. And this level, it's around 12.2 dollars. Alright. Okay, so there are 2 more key levels below the red one. And given we have understand the background, the history, all this, let's get to the daily chart and look at this downtrend that's started actually even before that. October 10th just made it worse. The downtrend started sometime in mid-October for a lot of altcoins. October 10th pushed it towards a very deep level below the orange key level, okay, of $26.60. And this trend continues so far. Let me extend the edges a little. Then I don't think this is the selling climax, and that's not the automatic rally. Reason being, if I look across the left, you see this clear downtrend plus quite a significant white candlestick pushing the price back up. This may seem somewhat similar, but the leg downwards isn't completed yet. It's still going on. So I wouldn't say that's the selling climax for AVAX. Look at what happened here. We've also got some white candlesticks during the run downwards back in March just this year. And the leg upwards was way more significant than the single day climb. So that's what I'm referring to. Okay, this is still pending confirmed where it's heading. So this hasn't happened yet. And looking at this, we have just, or AVAX has just missed the chance to break out of this channel, because if it stayed above the red key level of $15.80, the chance of it to break out is about next weekend. Now that it has dropped even lower, let me extend the box or this air hockey table. So the next chance it has to break outside of this channel is this date around beginning of December, the 3rd or the 2nd. So anytime from now till then, in about 2 weeks time, if it trades sideways, there's a chance for it to eventually finishing this trend. If it, however, continues south, mid-December and eventually somewhere near Christmas are the next 2 chances for it to break out. When we get closer to those days, during these Monday sessions, I'll be able to walk through with you. So remember, this level of 8.8 is very key. Let's extend to free chanting. or even further, 350. $8.8. Alright, that's where the October 10th has pointed to. But remember what I said, that may not be the lowest point. That was the lowest, almost, okay? It went a little bit deeper, but still around like high $8. It went to that point during September 2023. And, you know, in 2021, 2020, all kind of found solid support from here. So we hope that this is the lowest, but that doesn't mean that must be the case. All right, if AVAX still has, you know, its bright future to come, then I believe a lot of people has already bought from that point, waiting for it to actually climb again. And by looking at the weekly chart, I hope we are really getting very close to the end of the accumulation, and we'll see some kind of horizontal trading like what happened back in 2023. You see it reached the spreading. Let me enlarge it, because if you're watching on a mobile, that will be very difficult to read. Okay, here, that's what I'm saying. It reached the lowest point. Forget about the lines. Okay, let me get rid of the lines so it's not going to confuse you. What I'm saying is it reached the lowest point, trade sideways for 4 weeks, and then it climbed. So we're looking for this kind of like an L shape to happen. Currently, we're still not in an L shape. We are just going through that lake that on the left-hand side of the letter L. We haven't seen the horizontal lake yet. That's what we are hoping to see. Okay. All right. So that's for